Does anybody think it's funny? Last year, this guy was on the bench because he wasn't a good receiver. Really? Maybe we see why there's a new coach over there. Because when you look at this, I mean, this guy is phenomenal in the passing game. I mean, he's always had this talent. I mean, he averaged almost 6 yards a carry last year. I mean, the guy has always had phenomenal talent. But LaFleur, like, I got to tip my hat to him because he is doing a great job. And when you mentioned the Todd Gurley thing, I'm like, wow, you know what? You're exactly right on that. But I look at it this way. LaFleur talked about that's the greatest throw he's ever seen. What is he, like 20 years old? No wonder it's the greatest throw that he's ever done.
I was with Matt LaFleur for 2 years. So how am I supposed to take that?
Well, exactly how you should take it.
Yeah, how it was intended.
Exactly how you should take it. This Packers team, and I wish I had a little bit of extendo on my arm to pat myself on my back. I've been saying this team's going to be in the Super Bowl for a long. Thank you, Rex. That really means a lot. Good teams win, great teams cover. Not easy to do at the home of the Chiefs. But the reason why is this Packers team has a complete team around Aaron Rodgers. The Packers and the Patriots are the only team that have efficiency on top 10 on the offense and defensive sides of the ball. Aaron Jones accounted for 60% of the offense yesterday. Aaron Rodgers has not had a guy like that in the backfield ever. This is a team that is very good. And with Aaron Rodgers and LaFleur kind of gelling together. You see they're coming together full sync. You're watching it week in, week out. And last night, 3rd and 5 to win the game. LaFleur literally looks at Aaron Rodgers and says, hey, let's go win the game. And that is a moment that Aaron Rodgers, who was on the outs with McCarthy for a while, having a head coach that believes in him, and Aaron Rodgers believes in LaFleur, little 5-yard out to seal it, let's take a knee and win this thing. Big time win for the Packers on the road. Whether or not Matt Moore was great or not, which he was, I think Andy Reid did well, big win for the Packers, and they covered, which is good for me.
Specifically.
Here's all I was thinking about as we were watching that. And I think we had this conversation during the offseason a little bit. When they were putting out their rankings of the top quarterbacks, everyone does that kind of stuff. And Rodgers kept sort of falling down the list a little bit. They gave Brady and Breeze the respect of putting them ahead of some of the young guys, but not Rodgers, okay? Patrick Mahomes is on his way to being the best player in the NFL. That guy still is. And Aaron Rodgers showed it to you again last night. Took them a little time to figure out this offense, but that is a play that very few people in history could make. Aaron Rodgers, let's just say it loudly, right now remains the best player in the National Football League.
And I think the incredible thing about it this year right now is he's doing it with the question marks. Like, we all questioned, myself, these receivers around him. Like, are they going to be good enough? And he's just putting it on display. The reason why I don't say this is the greatest throw I've ever seen out of him, because I feel like I've seen so many great throws out of him. And we take those plays for granted. That's the downside. He's so special that I look at that play, I go, man, it's a pretty good play, although it's absolutely ridiculous.
No, you're exactly right. I mean, we've seen him, how about the Hail Marys that he's throwing? How about all these
the Cowboys, the Cook on the sideline, the Super Bowl one, the Jennings down the seam?
I mean, literally every game he does stuff like this. Like, it's amazing. Aaron should have just gone with the fact that, I saw, Williams in the back of the end zone. He should have gone with that because we would all believe him.
Exactly. To Greeny's point, though, this was an offense that the first few weeks of the season was kind of dripping a little bit, and they're leaking. They score more points than anyone since week 4. Why? How?
Well, we talked last week, but the head coach and the quarterback are seeing it on the same page. They're all seeing it together. Now they've found a guy that they want to run their offense through. Matt LaFleur, who comes from the Rams, has taken Aaron Jones and made him his Todd Gurley. And just the usage, they put him in 7 different places yesterday position-wise. They put him out in a bunch, motion him across, give him a little toss on a jet sweep perimeter run. They then motion him out of the backfield, and you get a one-on-one matchup with the linebacker, and he's become such a good receiver that you could throw the football to him downfield. We've seen this from Todd Gurley. And then you could put him out as a receiver, quick motion him in, throw him a screen game, and this is space, right? You get players the ball out in space, and a 5-yard throw becomes a 65-yard touchdown. We've seen the Rams do that with Todd Gurley. I mentioned it. They put Aaron Jones in 7 different positions yesterday. There's not a lot of guys in the NFL that can do that.
How ironic is it that last year they wouldn't play this guy because he couldn't do anything in the passing game? Oh, really?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? He's doing it now, isn't he?
He is. And Rodgers is a kind of guy who can make anyone into stars. They're still playing without their best receiver.
Hello, they don't have Devontae
That's
Adams.
crazy. Like, the 4 guys are undrafted. The people don't appreciate that. 4 undrafted receivers, and he's doing it every week.
Great quarterbacks put a lot of people's kids through private school. And that's what Aaron Rodgers is doing right now for a whole bunch of people. Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports, highlights, and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.